I believe in entrepreneurship. I've written lots of books on entrepreneurship. The School of Money book, it's become a Bible of wealth creation. And it's all about how to make, manage, and multiply money, the entrepreneur's blueprint. It's a blueprint for entrepreneurship. So I believe in entrepreneurship. But I believe in balance because many times balance is the key of life. And the challenge with a lot of people is extremes. We'll go into extremes and then we'll get into it's us against them. No, it's not us against them because so most of the time what I've seen is that what people do is that they are not necessarily incorrect, but they are incomplete. So I bring the completion to the table in most of the discourse. And that's what has happened with this. I believe that there are three portals of wealth creation. Entrepreneurship is a portal. Career is a portal, investment is a portal. So you can be an investor, you can be a career person, and you can be an entrepreneur. So when people now begin to push that everybody has to be an entrepreneur, no, everybody does not have to be an entrepreneur, but everybody has to be an investor. So I now decided to write this book by inspiration to deal with it. So I believe very strongly that if you understand wealth creation, you can be an entrepreneur and you can create wealth as an entrepreneur. One of the uniqueness of the book is the fact that when I started this journey in 1997, I started teaching people, and the people have been teaching since 1997 till date. I've been able to raise lots of people that have become billionaires and millionaires all over the world. So what I did was I said, okay, now that I'm writing about career people, let me pick some of the career people that I have raised that are now wealthy and they are still in their career in different sectors, from health sector to manufacturing to entertainment to government, civil service. And so I brought about 16 or 17 of them together. I said, okay, you guys share your story. Where were you when you met me? What are the things you learned from me? How did you apply it? What do you have now? What did you do? What are your assets? What are your net worth? And they share that story. So it's a book that talks about wealth creation, how you can create wealth as an entrepreneur, and then shows you examples of people that have done it so that you know that it's not just theory, it's practical. And it's something that people, because see, I see a lot of people saying they're entrepreneurs, but they're not really doing anything substantial. And they should actually be busy doing something in the career field. But because they want to have title without entitlement, they just want to say, I don't want to work for anybody. I don't want to serve anybody. No, you're not gonna do well like that. Because you cannot run a successful business with entitlement mentality. You cannot run a successful business with survivor mentality. In order for you to be able to run a successful business, it has to be a value creation mentality and legacy mentality. So you must be thinking of offering value because money flows in exchange for value. And you must be thinking of legacy, building something that will outlive you and be a blessing to your generation. And once we have that understanding of how to create wealth, how to sustain wealth, how to transfer wealth, then we can build transgenerational wealth.
Wow. So which type of people do you think should not go into entrepreneurship? Because I know I've heard you say there there are two types of people. We have entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs, right?
Yeah.
So what type of people are the entrepreneurs, and what's the difference between the two?
Okay, so entrepreneurs are people that start businesses, run businesses, own businesses in different sectors. So they are risk takers. Entrepreneurship is a spirit. It's a risk-taking spirit, problem-solving spirit, solution provision spirit. It's just a transformational spirit. But it's the intrapreneurs are those that work within organizations. So they may not start the business, but they can run the business. They are managers. They are innovators. They are exceptional people that work within established organizations to move things. And that's what a lot of people do. So you may not start the hospital, but you can be a doctor that works in the hospital and gives amazing service that makes the hospital to become a good hospital. You may not own a TV station as an entrepreneur, but you're a broadcaster, you're a newscaster, you're a presenter, you're a host of a show, and you do it exceptionally well and give the TV station an amazing rating. So you are not the owner of the stations, you are not an entrepreneur, you are a host, you are an intrapreneur. So you are like the wheel within the wheel that makes the wheel to run. And that's the way it works in different sectors. So once people have that understanding, you now need to realize that for you to be a successful intrapreneur, you have to have entrepreneurship mindset, which is what many people don't have. That's what differentiates an intrapreneur from a salary earner and a job seeker. Someone that goes to work for salary are just thinking of themselves. I can't come and kill myself. I'm not here to work for anybody. I just want to pay my bills. You are just operating survival. That's rat race. But an entrepreneur is someone that is within an organization they did not start, but they are running it as if it's their own. They are going to do everything to ensure that this business, this organization does well, because they have the mindset of offering value, of providing solution, even though they are not the owner of the business. And one thing that now helps them to become successful, which is why they need entrepreneurial mindset, is to understand the business of their career. So you can be a medical doctor in the medical profession, but you can be someone that is in the medical business. So a medical doctor can work in an hospital and be poor. Another medical doctor can work in the hospital and be rich. The difference is one is a salary earner, one is an intrapreneur that understands the business of the career and uses their entrepreneurial mindset to unlock that aspect of their life. So I'm a doctor. I'm working in an hospital. I earn my salary. I go back home and I sit down there and I'm waiting for the next month and the next salary. But someone else is a medical doctor. They are earning their salary, but as they are earning the salary, they are seeing problems and they are identifying issues that needs to be dealt with. And they are saying, I think we can come up with a product or a service that can deal with this. Don't forget he's a doctor, but now he's thinking of the business of the career. So now he's speaking to factories, he's speaking to manufacturers, and he's saying, I think you guys should come up with a product like this, that can take care of this. I've noticed this with my patients. If we can have a solution like this, and then it becomes the innovator. It becomes someone that brings creativity into the situation. And then the company comes up with the product, so that's it. They patent it. He owns 10 or 20% of it. He's still a medical doctor, but now he's earning millions and billions from a product that came as a result of his sensitivity to what's happening around him. Are you seeing the way it works?
Yeah.
Something that happened recently. In fact, it happened again yesterday. We were in Chicago, and when we're leaving the hotel to go to the airport, now, the guy that picked us up does not understand my language, but I was now talking to my wife in my own language to say, babe, you did not remind me to charge the phone. So when we get to the airport, remind me, so that since we have enough time, we need to charge the phone so that when we get to where we are going to, we'll be able to communicate with the people and all the stuff. And then the guy that does not understand our language picks up a charger and said, do you need a charger? Do you need to charge your phone? And my wife said, how do you know what we're talking about? I said, well, I heard charge and I heard phone. And I thought maybe you guys would need help. Now, that's an intrapreneur with entrepreneurial mindset. Now, it's not his business whether we charge our phone or not. He's just an Uber driver. But now, while he's doing his Uber, he's sensitive to opportunities. That's entrepreneurial mindset. He's sensitive to opportunities to do extra for his customer. That sets him apart from just being a driver. I'm just going to take them to the airport, whether they charge their phone or not, that's none of my business. That's what separates salary earners from entrepreneurs. The same thing happened yesterday. Went to meet a friend. He wants to get a property, so I'm trying to get him a property. So I've been discussing with people, making focus. So we get into the Uber, we're coming in, and then my wife is now asking how far. So what have they decided? So I'm giving her the report. Oh, they need 5 bedroom. They say 6 bedroom. That is minimum 5 bedroom. And the guy says, oh, you want to buy a house? I sell houses. Now, listen, he's hearing 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom. He says, I sell houses. I said, oh, you're a realtor. I said, no, I'm a developer. We buy, we flip, we do it up. But now he's a Uber driver. Are you see now? So somebody else says, we are all Uber drivers. You are not all Uber drivers. These are Uber drivers with entrepreneurial mindset that can now see that I can be in the Uber job, and that can be an opportunity for me to meet people that can make me other some of income. So it's all about the mindset. It's all about understanding. So when I see a lot of people, especially when I come to North America, go to Australia, go around the world, I see that a lot of people don't understand the economic environment. I see people locked up in the rat race and they are so proud of 2-3 jobs. And I'm like, who did this to you? This is slavery. I'm getting my second job. I've got to pay this. I've got to pay this. This is your life. paying bills. That's what you are living for. No, you are living in a capitalist environment. And in a capitalist environment, capitalism is built for entrepreneurs and investors, not for salary earners. So once you get into that rat race of salaries, you are locked into that track. And in the rat race of life, even if you win the race, you are still a rat. You are still a rat. And the challenge I've seen with people from our culture is that when Asians and Jews come into the Western world, they come to start a business. When Africans come, we come to look for a job. And that has defined our destiny until there's a shift. Because once you are locked into the salary track, it becomes difficult to get out, because this place, bills don't wait for you. Bills and taxes forever.
That is so true. Because I lived in China for over 6 years, and coming home back to Ghana, and I realized that the Chinese have taken over. And these are, like, when you talk to them, these are people without any education.
Yeah, people that in their own country, they are useless people, jobless, illiterate. They will now come to Africa, they are expatriates.
Yeah, and they are bossing people
Yeah,
around.
yeah. They can't even speak English.
Yes.
And they are dead. Yeah. It's because we lack understanding. Even when they come into the Western world, they can't speak English. Chicken wing, take away. Before you know it, they'll just start with one small takeaway. Before you know it, come back, it's a whole fine dining. Before you know it, they're opening branch. Before you know it, they are buying the whole streets. Before you know it, it's Chinatown. Yet we'll come here, be fooling ourselves, doing jobs, buying jewelries, buying hair, fixing eyelashes, buying rings, buying electronics, buying, spending money on liabilities. And then before you know it, 10 years is gone, 15 years is gone. You now say it's one village people that is troubling you. That will become spooky.